Thank you all so much for coming to check out my videos. If you are new, please subscribe. Hit the subscribe button and the notification bell to be notified when I do post a video. And if you are not new here, thank you for coming back. If you are interested in seeing how I get this look, please keep on watching.
Top down in the summertime. We ain't got no place to be, we just gon' ride. One hand on the wheel, other hand on your thigh. Love when she look in my eyes.
I would like to start off by saying that I have a fear of doing voiceovers because I'm just now starting to show personality in my talk throughs, but I feel like when I do voiceovers I sound like a teacher. But I'm putting on primer, and it is the Too Faced Hangover Replenishing Primer, and then I'm going straight into my brows, and I'm actually doing a new technique with my brows. And my little sister Gemma, she actually noticed in some of the pictures that I took, but the technique is I'm actually putting my eyelash glue, small strokes into my brows so it can like stick the hairs up. And I got this from one of my best friends, Alyssa. She actually did this when I got my makeup done, and I really liked how my eyebrows looked. So this is my first time actually trying it, but I really liked it, so I'm gonna keep doing it. I'm gonna add that into the other new techniques that I've done to my eyebrows.
I need some more time. We burning flames. Without you, I die. And I will never, ever leave your side. Yeah, give you my name. I want this for life. Yeah, give you my name. I want this for life.
So here is the new technique that I've been actually doing for a little bit now. Instead of filling in my eyebrow and then going in with my concealer to clean it up, I just start underneath my brow by concealing with my LA Girl Pro, and I think this shade is Toffee. And I just go in with that, no product in my brow at all, and then I go straight down to my eyelid with my P. Louise base in shade Rumor 2, and then I'm just gonna blend those both together.
Been through a few things and it's okay. I don't care where it goes as long as you stay. You the only one to get me right. Cause Lord knows I ain't living right. You said if it's slide, you gon' slide too. You said if it's something you down too. Show me what it feels.
So I guess in this whole video I was just in the spirit of trying new stuff, so I never do this. Like with this look, I saw this girl and she started out like with the lightest color. Well, actually I used to do this like when I first started doing my makeup, but I haven't done it in so long. But I started, and I'm using this Radioactive Milk Cosmetics palette, and I was using the lightest purple. It's called Uranium, but it was just too light for me. It was like iridescent, so I went in with my Juvia's Place palette, and I used the color, like, well, they don't have names, so it was just like a purple shade. So I just went over top of Uranium with that, and then I started blending that out until I was satisfied. The next color that I'm going in with is from the Radioactive Milk Cosmetics palette too, and it is called Hazmat. And I used a really dense little tiny brush to just kind of place this directly in my crease. I really didn't like how I did that either, but you know, look, you gotta keep going, because see, I was on the phone with Alyssa. Well, she ended up calling me while I was recording, and I was telling her I did not like the look, but she was like, you just gotta keep going, it'll come together. But baby, I didn't see the vision. But I'm just going back and forth between those same two shades, just to kind of build them up so I get the color payoff that I want, but also just make sure that the colors are blended. So now I'm going in with the white because I am doing a halo eye. So just want to clean off the lid of the space that I'm going to be using my bases on in just different colors, because I am going in with an orange base, and this is also P. Louise. It's the Basic Brights in the shade Hot Orange. And again, another brush that I just didn't like. I don't know if I just didn't have my brushes on hand, but usually when I cut my crease or do any type of like cutting, because with the halo eye I still do, you know, cut my crease. I used a different brush, and this brush is not it, so it really didn't give me the preciseness that I wanted. But I just kind of, you know, kept going to different brushes and picking it up, putting it down. Just, you really do have to work with it, because it ended up coming out very pretty. I couldn't get it together while I was doing it. So now I am setting that orange base with the color Radon from the Radioactive Milk Cosmetics palette, and I'm literally just packing that on top of the orange cream base. So in order to blend the orange into the purple, I went in with, I think it was like a plum shade from my Morphe 3502 palette, and that was literally the only place that I added that color, and that's just to kind of bring the look together, because I always tell people, like, you can use whatever colors you want to use together. Like, there's no rule book saying what colors you have to use together, as long as they're blended. So in order to make sure that the colors are blended, like, go back in, pick up the color that you last used, and, you know, use the color that you used before that. Like, you have to keep going back and forth in order to get you know, just like a really seamless look. And it's okay if you have to go back in with another color, like you see. And these clips are sped up so fast, so, and, you know, a lot has been cut out, so, you know, you're gonna be blending for a while, but that's okay, because you're gonna end up getting the result that you want. So I told y'all that my brow routine is fairly new, so I forget that once I get done with my eyeshadow, I still need to finish my brows before I start on my foundation. So that's why I stopped putting on that foundation, and I just go in, I underline my brows with my NYX pomade. I don't remember what color it is. I think it's black and brown. It is black and brown for sure. And so I outline the bottom and I outline the top, and I fill it in. It does get a little sticky because of the glue. Like, it's hard, not sticky, it's kind of hard to move the product, but I find that I don't need as much product anyway, so not that big of a deal. And then, you know, I just use the spoolie to brush the product through, and then I clean up the top with my foundation color. So back to foundation, that first stick that you saw was Black Opal True Color Stick Foundation in Suede Mocha. I just swiped that across my face in some areas, and then other parts of my face I used the NYX Born to Glow in Mocha, and I mixed those together because the stick foundation is a little dark. And then I mixed that together to get a shade that is most close to my actual skin tone. I feel like the rest of my foundation routine is pretty common, pretty basic. I don't do anything, you know, groundbreaking. So, yeah, if you just want to know, like, specific products or brushes that I use, you know, just let me know. I gotta search through my makeup tubs and whatnot, but I will list them for you if you would like. Just let me know.
We burning flames, without you I die. Yeah, I will never, ever, ever, ever leave your side. Yeah, give you my name, I want this for life. Yeah, give you my name, I want this for Top down in the summertime. Top down in the summertime. Top down in the summertime. nice. I feel you saved my life. Girl, you so nice. I love your figure inside. You made my life more insane. My niggas mad. They say you get too much time. I think they out of their mind. I work your body.
So because I am using under eye shadow, I did put a little more setting powder under my eye than I usually do. So that's kind of like a new technique. I only do that because of fallout, just in case I do have fallout. But I used a base. I used the P. Louise base in the orange. I used that, so I guess that's why it really wasn't much fallout. But I used that base, and then I used the orange. No, sorry. I used the Radon from the Radioactive palette to set that orange from P. Louise, and then I went in with the purple to blend out the orange. So really, I'm just using the same colors that I used on my eyelid. So I thought I was all out of setting spray, but I found this in my makeup box and it smelled good. Like, I've never really had a setting spray that smelled that good. Like, it wasn't like a perfumey smell. It kind of smelled like cocoa butter. I don't know. Yeah, y'all should get that. Man, I'm telling y'all to get it, and I didn't even tell you what it's called. It's Color Spell Matte Setting Spray, and color is like color. It's COLOUR. This step is nowhere near new at all. It is the OG, my favorite highlighter in all of America. The Artist Couture Jackie Aina collab, LeBron James. It's just called LeBron's, but I love it. It's like a glittery highlighter. I love this highlighter so much. Like, if I had to pick a highlighter to use for the rest of my life, this would be it. So since NYX has failed to restock Cinnamon Roll in the original shade and formula, I am forced to come up with my own nude lip combos. So here I'm using NYX Butter Gloss and Praline, and I am topping it off with ColourPop's Ultra Glossy Lip in Moonchild. And this is a really pretty combo, but I don't know if y'all are as messed up about it as I am, but I love Cinnamon Roll, and they tried to play me with their new shade or whatever they dropped.
We burning flames, without you I die. Yeah, I will never ever leave your side. Yeah, give you my name, I want this for life. Yeah, give you my name, I want this for top down, go upside.
So this is the final look. I really hope that you all enjoyed the video, and I hope that I didn't sound like a teacher all the way through the voiceover, but you know, if I did, oh well, you learned something.